Consider how a flower evolves and becomes. At first there is a little germ groping its way in the dark soil towards the upper light, then the plant appears, and leaf is added unto leaf, and finally the perfected flower appears, in the sweet perfume and chaste beauty of which all effort ceases. So, with human life, at first the blind groping for the light in the dark soil of selfishness and ignorance, then the coming into the light, and the gradual overcoming of selfishness with its accompanying pain and sorrow, and finally the perfect flower of a pure, unselfish life, giving forth, without effort, the perfume of holiness and the beauty of joy. The good, the pure, are the superlatively happy. However men may argumentatively deny or qualify this, humanity instinctively knows it to be true. Do not men everywhere picture their angels as the most joyful of beings? There are joyful angels in bodies of flesh, we meet them and pass on, and how many of those who come in contact with them are sufficiently pure to see vision within the form, to see the incorruptible angel in its common instrument of clay? They needs must grope who cannot see, the blade before the ear must be, the outward symbols disappear from him whose inward sight is clear. Yes, the pure are the joyful. We look almost in vain for any expressions of sorrow in the words of Jesus. The man of sorrows is only completed in the man of joy. I, Buddha, who wept with all my brother's tears, whose heart was broken by a whole world's woe, laugh and am glad, for there is liberty. In sin, and in the struggle against sin, there is unrest and affliction, but in the perfection of truth, in the path of righteousness, there is abiding joy. Enter the path. There spring the healing streams quenching all thirst. There bloom the immortal flowers carpeting all the way with joy. There throng swiftest and sweetest hours. Tribulation lasts only so long as there remains some chaff of self which needs to be removed. The tribulum, or threshing machine, ceases to work when all the grain is separated from chaff, and when the last impurities are blown away from the soul, tribulation has completed its work, and there is no more need for it. Then abiding joy is realized. All the saints and prophets and saviors of the race have proclaimed with rejoicing the gospel or the good news. All men know what good news is: an impending calamity avoided, a disease cured, friends arrived or returned in safety, difficulties overcome, success in some enterprise assured. But what is the good news of the saintly ones? This, that there is peace for the troubled, healing for the afflicted, gladness for the grief-stricken, victory for the sinful, a homecoming for the wanderer, and joy for the sorrowing and broken-hearted. Not that these beautiful realities shall be in some future world, but they are here and now, that they are known and realized and enjoyed, and are, therefore, proclaimed that all may accept them who will break the galling bonds of self and rise into the glorious liberty of unselfish love. Seek the highest good, and as you find it, as you practice it and realize it, you will taste the deepest, sweetest joy. As you succeed in forgetting your own selfish desires in your thoughtfulness for others, in your care for others, in your service for others, just so far and no further will you find and realize the abiding joy in life. Inside the gateway of unselfishness lies the Elysium of abiding joy, and whosoever will may enter in, whosoever doubts let him come and see. And knowing this, that selfishness leads to misery, unselfishness to joy, not merely for one's self alone, for if this were all how unworthy could be our endeavors, but for the whole world, and because all with whom we live and come in contact will be the happier and truer for our unselfishness, because humanity is one, and the joy of one is the joy of all. Knowing this, let us scatter flowers and not thorns in the common ways of life, yea, even in the highway of our enemies let us scatter the blossoms of unselfish love, so shall the pressure in their footprints fill the air with the perfume of holiness and gladden the world with the aroma of joy.